Chris, whatever you do, don't tell our viewers to like, share, subscribe, or give us a like or comment on our videos. Whatever you do, don't tell us about our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter feed. All right, got that? And then
It's the Kunai guys. It's the Kunai guys.
What's up, everybody? It's Chris and Sam from the Kunai guys, and we're here with the part 2 of our 4-part mid-season review. And we're doing right now My Hero Academia. It is episode 19, The Boy Born with Everything. And it basically goes over Shoto's backstory through his own words and introduces a couple of things into the world of heroes that might shed a dark side on a lot of what has been transpiring, and also gives us a time frame of maybe like how long people have had powers. So let's start with so far. So far, like, how do you feel about up into all the episodes up until now? Well, the season up until now, season 2. How do you feel about it?
Well, honestly, season 2, I'd like to focus on basically how Izuku and his improvement without using the quirk, because whenever he uses the quirk, he's basically useless. It destroys his body. But he's learned to use his body and his brain to overcome this competition that the school is in, with a lot of these guys using their quirks as an advantage. And so far, he really hasn't had to use his. And besides recently, like in episode 5, when he loses his spot, he was number 1. Like, he was beating everybody. So I just want to give big props to Izuku. You know, showing some talent. You know. So I got to give big props to him. What do you think?
I think him being able to perform as he did was great. I just think he overshot it like crazy and put himself in a crazy position, but this is what makes the show awesome, and this is what makes us coming back every week. The fact that he managed to get so far just by using his brain, and that he forced Shoto to use his fire even for a second, which is something that he swore he wouldn't do, and he had to question him, which is the whole premise of this episode, and kind of just tell him and trying to pry and find out like what his connection to All Might is. So I think they've been building up the progression from the last season. The last season, you see him going from a nobody to a promising hero, and in this season, you see him go from a promising hero to a up and coming hero. And maybe I would like to have the end of the season have him be closer to the status of upcoming hero. Like right now, All Might said that he's able to use 5% of his full power. I would like to see him at least come out to be able to use 20.
Yeah.
Without dying. So, but and it made me think about something with All Might's power. Is the power all for one something that makes your body grow, or just gives you immense strength and you have to be able to handle that? Because if All Might got hurt, then is his shriveled form the form that he got after being hurt, and that's the form that he has to stay in? Because he describes his power or his mask as holding in his breath and like flexing a muscle, and that's why he can't maintain it all day. And I guess so it made me think maybe that's his original quirk.
Yeah.
And he can't maintain that, so he can't use his power effectively because he can't stay in that form to handle it. Because here's my thing, he can't use All Might's power in the other form. His body can't do anything in that form. So maybe his quirk is the muscle mass building, and it makes him able to use All for One. That's my thought about it. That's the way that it seems framed to me, because if that's the case, then that means All for One should be able to give Izuku body mass. But that's not what the power is. So I think that's All Might's original power.
Yeah.
So, and that could be a secret maybe later on. Maybe it might get explained. I'm not sure. But that's where I'm at so far with me. This episode was a good setup to kind of set up their fight, because he's going to somehow get past this mess he's found himself. This idiotic mess that he's done to himself. and he's gonna find a way past it, and he's gonna have that fight, and we'll see what happens then. So now we're gonna move on to pacing. I was just talking as we were watching that they spent half of the episode going to the backstory, and I think they did that because they wanted to introduce the idea of people with quirks finding other people with quirks that they want their kids to have, and basically forcing arranged marriages with people based on superpowers. And how do you feel about that? Like, does that seem like something that could be possible in a world of superheroes?
Yeah, like I mean, if you think about it, the fact that it's a world where that didn't have superpowers, so in a way that where now more than 80% of human population has superpowers, you consider that human population had advanced. But now the fact that they had advanced, it's in a way they went back in time in terms of tactics, like arranged marriages, just so you can improve quirks, like Shoto's dad.
Yep.
And that's why Shoto has such resentment for his father.
Yeah, and it got real dark, and like I said, I love in the first part, I love how they comment on their own comic book feel, where Izuku says, "Man, he should be the main character."
Exactly.
He had the real origin story. He should be the dude that has the show that I don't know about. Wink, wink. Like, I'm expect. What if at the very end of the series he breaks the fourth wall and just says, "I knew you watched the journey." You'd be like, "What the like?" It could have. I don't know. Whatever with that. But yeah, so far I just think it's been really well paced. The fact that they had him explain all of that to him and he still found something to say. As corny as it might have sounded, he spoke from the heart and basically saying, you can't come to me with your problems and think that because you have this going on, I'm supposed to just say, okay, I guess I'm going to let you win, or I guess I understand why you want to beat me up. And he's like, no, I also want to win, and no matter who steps to me, I'm gonna go hard.
Yeah, because I think that's actually a dope thought because
and that's him stepping up and saying like, no matter, I'm gonna put myself in the position. And I think the show is making him that he became the greatest because he made himself the center of attention.
Yeah, I was gonna show that like when he actually steps up to Shoto after that and says he's basically telling him like, I know that she went through hard times, we didn't grow up the same way, and maybe I was even blessed. Like I grew up, with people, looking out for me. That basically that doesn't matter because this all it depends on. I'm hungry, I'm hungry. I want to be the best, so it doesn't matter your past or my past, whatever you went through or whatever I went through. I have a goal. I'm still gonna go after my goal, and that's to be the number one superhero.
Yeah.
And you got to give him props for that because he didn't back down from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes a lot of courage to be able to hear all of that and say, listen, like that's all great. But I think he also gets a cheat code because he said, I didn't have superpowers at all. I got blessed by chance on a day coming home from school where I inadvertently saved a friend of mine and also met my idol. Yeah. He undermines his own superhero story by even saying, Shota should be the main character. It's like, no, your story is great too, but you forget. You think you're not ready yet. And I think that the show is keeping him that humble because it's going to make him ready for greatness. But I don't know why the show is keeping him stupid, though. Humble is one thing, stupid's another thing. So let's talk about, we're going to go into the back end of the season thing, which means we're going to now talk about the episode. Why would you, alright, you see who's up next, you got saved, you're advancing, Shota's like, well, hey, I'm like, don't like my dad, and my mom hates herself and me for some reason, and now I want to win, and you're like, no, I want to win too. Fine, we're going to move to the second half of the episode now. I don't know, I'm not too sure why the show writers are deciding to make him so, like, it seemed like he spent an entire lunch break at least listening to
Ojiro.
Ojiro, I don't know. I might not be saying it right, but talk to him about the dude's powers. I mean, he obviously knows because he was on the same team with him, and he backed out of the actual running because something dealing with the kid's powers makes him be able to control you. And he basically said, like, I don't remember doing anything. I don't think I earned my spot in the top 16, so I'm going to give it up. And I don't know what Izuku was doing during the break. Maybe he was just freaking out. And I don't know. Maybe at certain points I could understand it. Maybe I'll go through it myself in the future. Who knows? It could happen to anybody. But I just didn't see that happening at that point. I didn't see him getting told exactly what not to do and then not being prepared. That's what it was. Like, him not being prepared for something like that.
Yeah.
He's such a meticulous person. He has a notebook for the superheroes. I know he's never met this kid, but you have someone that can tell you what his powers are. You have someone that can tell, like, hey, this is what you have to look out for. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And the first thing you do is get riled up. Like, you don't have to be that guy. You know, if you want to stand up to your rivals and say, listen, you might be the boy born with everything, you know, but I'm the kid that was born with nothing, and I'm here to win too. That's not the same thing as I'm going to lose my cool, all of my friends. This is not Naruto. You don't need to get mad when someone talks smack about your friends, because at the end of the day, they aren't that close. Like, they go to school together. He hasn't known them that long. So for him to get riled up like that seems so weird to me. I know they've been through a lot, but not with him personally.
Yeah. So
I still don't see him getting riled up over that, you know, but whatever. I'll excuse him for that. But I just didn't see that being in character, in tune with how he has been pushing forward this whole season. I feel like maybe he would be more prepared, and then he would be tricked into saying something, or being tricked into doing something, or being just surprised with another way to be controlled by the kid saying, oh, did you think that was all that only way that I can use my power? I would have taken that more than him just being baited into immediately falling into the trap.
You know what's funny? Ojiro, you know, he basically, during the whole break, the recreational break, you have him sitting down with Izuku, and he's explaining, and it zooms to Izuku's face and his eyes, and he looks terrified, like he knows, like, oh man, this is crazy. He looks like he's getting the gist of it. It looks like he's getting the gist of it, like he understands what's going on. But no, once Hitoshi, you know, just says like some slick stuff about Ojiro, and all of a sudden, boom, whatever Ojiro warned about just goes out the window. I don't understand. You guys, you sit without somebody telling you something, warning you about, like, listen, man, this guy's bad. Here's what happened to me. And whatever you do not answer him. That's all you had to do. He said it plain and simple. Or he didn't really say it face to face, but you can see, like, you know, it seemed serious, the conversation that they had, and he took it to face. Like, he understood. Izuku must have understood. And now the fact that when it comes time to put action and they're about to face each other, all it takes is one little question to provoke him, and that's it. And it's not on something like, you know, some training that was like 3 days ago or 4 days ago. This should be fresh in your memory. That's what so frustrating for us. And that's the part where I'm just not feeling it. I don't believe it.
Yeah, so next episode we're gonna see how he gets out of this. He has to get out of it because he's the main character. And we're only halfway through the season because it's the mid-season review. I don't know why I did that.
It was supposed to be more powerful.
Mid-season. Like an anime or animation? No. Back into the season. What do you think is going to happen? How far do you think we're going to get to? I did talk about a little bit last time. Do you think we're going to get to the end of the festival?
Honestly, I do not see us getting to the end of the festival at the end of this season. Depends on how long the season is, because if it's just 12 episodes, I haven't seen or read anything about how long the season is. I would say this: If it is just for 12 episodes, then yeah, I don't see the tournament ending. What I do see, basically, honestly, is Shoto beating Izuku. I'm sorry. I don't see Shoto losing to Izuku. I'm sorry. Because all he has is one quirk. And Shoto has two powers. Two powers, which he's been hiding from us for the longest. And he doesn't want to use one power just because of his dad. I mean, come on, man. You know what? Come on, man.
We talked a lot about the show last time, so I don't want to get too crazy into it and like get repetitive. So I think that the back end of the season is gonna be really either we're gonna get to the end of the festival and they're gonna somehow fly through this because they could do that, or we can end right before the last fight of the tournament, and I can be all the way pissed off until next season. So My Hero Academia, I'm just that you can either get to the end of the tournament or all the way pissed off. Tournament, all the way pissed off. So, your choice. Sam?
I got no more than that. I'm done.
And there you have it.
It's a mid-season review for the Kunai guys.
My Hero Academia. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Give us a like, comment, let us know how you felt about the season so far, how about the episode, things you noticed, things that are like dude lurking around the corner, what's his name? Katsuki, lurking
Katsuki.
around like he's like, I hate you but I love you at the same time. That's really weird. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can always talk to us on there. Also, just if you want to reach out to us individually, you can always find us through there. But anything else you want to add to that?
You already said it all.
And there we go. Until next time.
Peace.
It's the Kunai guys. It's the Kunai guys.